Hello and Namaste. In continuation with the chi-square distribution, after the introduction with the chi-square distribution, goodness of fit and the attributes, we will be going ahead with the problems based on the chi-square test, contingency table and the test of goodness of fit. So first question goes, the following data given in the number of aircraft accidents. So the number of accidents happened on Monday, Tuesday till Saturday. Test whether the accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. So H0 here is the accidents occur uniformly over the week, wherein H1 is accidents does not occur uniformly over the week. So total number of accidents, that is the addition of all of them, 15 plus 19 plus so on up to 15 is equals to 90. Therefore, based on the H0, the expected number of accidents on any day. So now we have given here Monday till Saturday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So 90 by 6 is 15. So on an average every day, the number of accidents would happen. Actually, the expectation is 15 accidents per day should happen. But these are known as the observed frequencies. That means observed data is something different. We need to check whether this is really happening uniformly over the week. So this chi-square is OI minus EI, the square upon EI. Therefore, it will give us this is equals to 2 just by the same OI minus EI, the square upon EI. That is 2. Therefore, since it is equals to the summation of EI is equals to summation of OI, therefore the nu in this case is n minus 1. So nu is equals to number of degrees of freedom is n minus 1. That is total number of observations minus 1, that is n minus 1, that is 6 minus 1 is equals to 5. And therefore by the table here at 5% LOS, 5% LOS to this, and with nu is equals to 5, we'll be getting this as 11.07, and this is nothing but the chi-square value. So chi-square tabulated value is 11.07, and we have got the chi-square value as 2, chi-square value at 2. Therefore we can say that chi-square is less than chi-square tabulated value, and therefore H0 is in fact accepted. That means the accidents may be regarded to occur uniformly over the week. Second is the following data represent the monthly sales in rupees of a certain store in a leap year. Leap year means we have to have the February months contain 29 days and examine if there is any seasonality in the sales. So H0 is there is no seasonality in the sales, that is the daily sales are uniform throughout the year, or the daily sales follow the uniform distribution. Therefore, the total number of sales, that means addition of this 6100 till 6105, 6150 is 73200. Normally in a year, it's 365 days occur, but whenever it's a leap year, it happens 366 days in that particular leap year. So therefore, the daily sales of the particular year is 73200 divided by 366, that is rupees 200 per day. So therefore this table shows us the days per month, that is 31 in January, February, March, April and so on till December. So we will see here the February month contain 29 days, and this expected frequencies as it's been given that 200 sales per day would happen. So 29 into 2 with 5800, similarly 31 into 2 6200 and so on. So this particular EI, this table, this particular row happens to be days per month into 200. This numbers, these figures have come because of this, and these are nothing but the observed frequencies according to the question. Therefore chi-square is nothing but summation of OI minus EI, the square upon EI. This happens to be like this, and you will just pause the video, try to get this answer. I am not elaborating the entire the calculations over here, but this is what we are always doing it. OI minus EI, the square upon EI, sum of all of them is happens to be 38.913, which is nothing but as chi-square. So since summation of EI was found as summation of OI from the sample, now nu is equals to n minus 1, that is we have got 12 months, 12 observations. So 12 minus 1 is equals to 11, and therefore from the table at again 5% of LOS, 5% of LOS will be having its 11, nu as 11. So we have got the value as 19.675, which is equals to, so therefore chi-square tabulated value we have got it as 19.675, and therefore chi-square, which is 38.913, which is greater than 19.673, and therefore H0 is rejected. That is, the daily sales are not uniform throughout the year. The next question is, the following data is collected on two characters. Based on this, can you say that there is no relation between the smoking and literacy? So this is the data has been given to us. H0 is literacy and smoking habit are independent. The H1 will be opposite of this, and therefore after just making, if you observe this table here, we have done the addition of the respective columns and the rows, and we have formed this table. So I have just overwritten that particular table. Smokers, non-smokers, total and everything. So smokers addition is 128, non-smokers addition is 125. That means this 128 figure has come 83 plus 45. 125 is from 57 to 68 and so on. Similarly, this is 83 plus 57 is this 140. Similarly, 45 plus 68 is this 113. So we have got this table. Now just we will be trying to, we will found out this table here. This are the observed frequencies, expected frequencies, expected rounded, and this O minus E square upon E. Let me just make you understand one thing here. How this expected frequency we are finding out with the contingency table. This is the contingency table is given to us. So 83 is the observed frequency. What is the corresponding expected frequency for that? So if you observe this 83, this number has been placed under the smokers column and the literates row. So if you observe this 83, so total is 140 and this is 128. So this is the corresponding 83's corresponding expected frequency is 140 into 128 divided by 253. So that is 70.83, and we have rounded it off at 71. So this is not, this comes out to be, this particular last column has comes out to be 2.03. Similarly, corresponding to 57, just let me just remove this so that would not be any confusion. So 57 corresponding to 140 into 125 divided by 253. So we have got this as 69.17, which is 69 as the round off. And similarly the other numbers, that is 45 is 113 into 128 upon 253. 68 corresponding that EI, that is the expected frequency, is 125 into 113 upon 253, and we have got it as these values. So if you add them up, we have got the chi-square value as 9.22. Therefore, in the new, we have seen the just follow the previous session, that is new is equals to m minus 1 into n minus 1. So we have got it here, two rows and two columns over here in this particular table, and therefore 2 minus 1 into 2 minus 1 is equals to into 1, this is equals to 1. So we have got the degrees of freedom as 1. Again we are going to go for the 5% LOS, and at 5% LOS at 1 degrees of freedom we have got it as 3.841, and therefore we have got this 9.22, which is greater than the 3.84. therefore H0 has been rejected. That is, there is some association between the literacy and smoking. We can't say that we have the complete association, but we might say that this is a some association, because we are just rejecting it doesn't mean that we are accepting H1. So that, because this is just a small sample we have taken of the smokers, non-smokers, literates and illiterates. That's the reason we just will not be very sure. But yes, for this particular sample, what we have taken the sample, in this there would be some association between literacy and smoking. Then fitting of a Poisson distribution, we will require this particular prerequisite for the next question, wherein we have to deal with this type of question, fit the Poisson distribution of the following data and test the goodness of fit for this particular. That means we have to check whether we can, we have to fit the Poisson distribution, and we have to check whether the goodness, this fitting of this Poisson distribution is correct or not for this particular distribution. And therefore the Poisson distribution, we have to find out x bar, that is summation of fx upon summation of f. Poisson parameter, that is a lambda, that is x bar, which is a mean of the distribution, and the probability mass function is probability of x is equals to x, that is e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power x upon x factorial. X is moving from 0 up to n. Putting x is equals to 0 and find probability of 0, which is e to the power minus lambda, and then the expected frequency for x is equals to 0 is f of 0 is equals to n into p of 0. and wherein this summation of f is nothing but capital N. And other expected frequencies, you can find it out by this recurrence relation, that is f of x plus 1 is equals to lambda upon x plus 1 into f of x for x is 0, 1, 2 up to n. That this is what the procedure will be following it in the next questions. Now this is a fitting of the distribution. So this is the probability distribution over here, and whereas this lambda is the mean of the Poisson distribution. Now if you'll observe here, this is, see, if you'll observe, this is the original table given to us. This f is nothing but the observed frequencies. This is nothing but the observed frequencies. And if you'll rewrite this this table saying the frequencies here, then and the multiplication of them, that is f into x. This is fx is nothing but f into x, which is 0 into 142 0, 1 into 156 is 156, 2 into 69 is 138. Why are we doing that? Because we need to go for the x bar, which is summation of fx upon summation of f, which is 400 upon 400, that is 1 is equals to lambda. And therefore this is nothing but, if we'll multiply this particular probability with capital N, we'll be getting here from this particular formula, we'll be getting the frequencies of that, expected frequencies. So we have got this expected frequencies 147, 147, 74, 25, 6 and 1. And now if you observe here, this, the observed frequencies are this, that is, these are the observed frequencies given in the example. Now in the assumption of the chi-square or the goodness of fit, we have said that if there is any frequency, observed frequency is coming out to be less than or equals to 10, then we have to combine that with the previous, you can say, the cell. So it's a 27, so will be 5 and 1, they are the less than 10. We'll be combining them with 27. Similarly, what we have done it for the observed frequency, we have to follow the same with the expected frequencies as well. So we'll be combining this 6 and 1 to 25, and we'll be getting the, for the test of goodness of fit, we'll be getting this observed and the expected frequencies as this. So 142, 147, 156, 147, 69, 74, 33 and 32. Because if you observe 27 plus 5 plus 1, we have got it as 33. Similarly, 25 plus 6 plus 1, we have got it as 32. And this is what is chi-square will be going ahead with. Now if you observe each and every frequency out of this 4, number of the observations here are more, everybody is less than greater than 10. That's the reason we can go for the chi-square, and after getting it, we will be getting 1.09 as the chi-square value. Now if you observe in this, we wanted to find out the nu, the value for the nu here is, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 observations previously. So to calculate this value, so we know that this nu is equals to n minus 1. To what is this n right now in this case is 6 was the previously given. Then we have combined this 1 and 2, so minus 2, right? Then we have used this lambda as the parameter to calculate this goodness of fit, or you can say the expected frequencies here. So minus 1. And this minus 1, so this is nothing but it's calculated your capital small n minus 1, and this is nothing but 6 minus 2 minus 1, that is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2, and that's the reason we have got it here. The value of nu is equals to 2, that is the 2 degrees of freedom for 0.45% LOS again. So we have got the value as 5.991 as the chi-square tabulated value. Again, as this chi-square, so we have got 5.99 and we have got the value 1.09. Since this chi-square is less than chi-square 0.05, actually it's 0.05 H0, which assumes that the given distribution is nearly a Poisson distribution, and we will be accepting it. That is, a Poisson fit for this given distribution is satisfactory. So this is the nexus fitting of the binomial distribution. We will need this, and this is again the same thing. What is x bar is that what we are doing, summation of fx upon summation of f and p. P is x bar upon n, because this x bar is np, therefore the probability is x bar by n. Similarly, q is this, find q is equals to 1 minus p, right? The probability mass function p of x is n c x, p to the power x, q to the power n minus x. X is from 0 to n. Put x is equals to 0 and find probability of 0. So probability of 0 in the particular case is q to the power n. And therefore finding the expected frequency, that is x is equals to 0, that is function and the frequency of 0 or frequency at 0, n into probability of 0, where this n is summation of fi. The other expected frequencies, you can find it out by using this, is known as the recurrence relation formula or the recurrence formula for the binomial distribution. Okay, so fitting the binomial distribution for this particular data. So if you'll observe here, this data is given to your 0 to 6 here, 5, 18, 28 and all. So if you'll observe here, if I'll rewrite this and we will multiply this x into f and form this third row, you can say, we'll be getting this, and the addition is 192. Therefore, x bar is 192 upon 80, which is 2.4, because this is nothing but summation of fi, which is nothing but capital N. And this is what 192 upon 80 is equals to 2.4, and therefore mean is nothing but x bar is np. Therefore np is equals to 2.4, which is 6 into p is equals to 2.4, and hence we'll be getting p is equals to 0.4. If we have got p is equals to 0.4, q is nothing but 1 minus p, which is a probability of failure, which is nothing but 1 minus the probability of success, which is q is equals to 0.6. And therefore the expected frequencies would be this. Just by using the previous slide, you just take the help of that slide. I'm just putting my constraint over here. I will not explain you everything here, but this is what I'm assuming, that the binomial distribution, fitting of the binomial distribution and the fitting of the Poisson distribution is a prerequisite for the goodness of fit. And therefore just rounding it off, we will be having 4, 15, 25, 22, 11, 3 and 0. And observed frequencies are this. So if you'll observe here, this 6 and this 4, they are less than 10. And therefore we have to combine them in the previous one. So the 6 and this 4, we will combine it here. Similarly, this 5, we will combine it here. And the same thing would happen for the expected frequency as that of the observed frequency. So if you'll observe here, after combining this 15 plus 4 is 19, and this 11 plus 3 plus 0, that is of 14. Remaining this 25 and 22 is the same values here. Similarly, this 5 and 18 will give us 23, and this 7 plus 6 plus 4 would give us this 17. Remaining this 28 and 12 would be same as that. So this chi-square is nothing but this OI minus EI, the square upon EI, sum of them is 6.39. Now n is equals to n minus k over here. That means what the originally it was given us, so it's a 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 values we have got it. 4 minus the value p, we have used it, and that minus 1. What I have discussed you for the Poisson distribution, the same is applicable here. It's nothing but n minus 1, and that's the reason here we have got the nu is equals to, actually in fact it is not, this is a nu. This is nu is equals to 2. So 2 degrees of freedom at 5% LOS will be getting the value as 5.99, right? And therefore the chi-square, it's 6.99 and 5.99. Therefore chi-square is greater than chi-square tabulated value. So H0, which assumes that the given distribution is approximately a binomial distribution, therefore will reject it because its chi-square is greater than the tabulated value. That is, the binomial fit for the given distribution is not satisfactory. This is what about the binomial, fitting of the binomial and goodness of fit. So Yates correlation for the continuity of chi-square. The chi-square table was prepared using the theoretical chi-square distribution, which is continuous, whereas the approximate values of chi-square that we are using are discrete, right? The chi-square distribution is continuous distribution, but what values we are using in the table, they are discrete. To rectify this defect, Yates has given the correction. It's known as this. So it's almost on the same line, that is summation of OI minus EI, the square upon EI, but he has given us the correction of this minus of 1 by 2, and this is used when the chi-square approximation is improved. Yates correlation is used only when this nu equals to 1, that is 2 cos 2 contingency table, and it is used only when some cell frequency is small, that is less than 5. Few of them are considering 5, few of them are considering as 10. Again, just one question, a small question. 2 batches of 12 animals are taken for the test of inoculation. One batch was inoculated and other batch was not inoculated. The numbers of dead and surviving animals are given in the following table for both cases. Can the inoculation be regarded as effective against the disease? make Yates correlation for continuity of chi-square. So this inoculated, and this is what is the table has been given. So H0 is inoculation and effect on the disease are independent. So we'll be applying the Yates correlation as two cell frequencies are less than 5. So what are they? 2 and 4. They are less than 5, and that's the reason we have to apply the Yates correlation. It's the same table what we have done in the previous contingency tables. The only difference is O minus E, mod of them, the numerator is different, minus 0.5, and that's the reason there is a only small change. And we have got the same table what we are following, the same, this 12. 2 is the observed frequency, corresponding to that is 12 into 10 divided by 24. So this is 5. The same procedure would follow to find out this table, and we have got the chi-square as 4.28, wherein the new value, or you can say the degrees of freedom, is equals to 1, and therefore the degrees of freedom 1, and again 5% LOS will be getting the value as 3.841, and therefore chi-square is greater than chi-square of tabulated value. So H0 has been rejected. If it has been rejected, means inoculation can be regarded as effective against the disease. So if you'll observe this particular, just my suggestion for you, just do not use the Yates correlation for this particular question. Whatever I have done it, try not to use the Yates correlation and try to find out. So instead of this minus 0.5, try to find out the answer. You will get the same results what we have got it for this. So few of the cases, this Yates correlation will not give me the corrected or the improved answer as well. Most of the time it will remain the same. Yeah, and this is a self-observation slide wherein the two questions have been given fitting the Poisson distribution, and this is the you can say the chi-square test. The answers are given in the yellow color box. Please do follow the sessions for this channel. If at all you have any query, please write me in the comment section. Thank you. Happy learning.